Migration has always been part of Canada's story. People have moved across the country and to the country for all sorts of reasons. Some came looking for work, land, or safety. Others were forced to move by unfair laws, poverty, war, or because they were no longer welcome on their own land. Between 1850 and 1890, movement was constant. New provinces joined Confederation. Railways expanded across the country, and governments were working to attract settlers. But behind those big changes were real people, each with their own reasons for leaving home and their own hopes and fears for what might come next. Some people arrived from overseas. Irish immigrants escaping famine hoped to find farmland in Upper Canada. Many had lived in poverty for years, and after losing family members and jobs back home, Canada seemed like a fresh start. But the journey across the ocean was dangerous, crowded, and long. And when they arrived, they still had to clear land, build homes, and survive harsh winters. Others came from the United States. Black families escaping slavery through the Underground Railroad made brave and risky journeys north, seeking safety and freedom. But even in Canada, racism and discrimination made life difficult. They often settled in small rural communities, where they built schools, churches, and farms of their own, determined to create a future their children could be proud of. Many others moved within Canada. The Métis people, especially after the Red River Resistance in 1869-70, were pushed out of their communities as settlers and new government policies took over their land. Some tried to claim land using scrip, a system that was supposed to compensate them. But the process was confusing, unfair, and often led to Métis people losing everything. As a result, many families were forced to move west, starting again in unfamiliar territory, often without support or protection. First Nations communities faced similar pressures. After treaties were signed, traditional hunting lands were lost, buffalo populations collapsed, and forced relocation became common. The land, language, and ways of life that had existed for generations were changing quickly and not by choice. Still, others came from Asia. Chinese workers were recruited to help build the Canadian Pacific Railway, a massive construction project stretching across the country. They came with big dreams, but faced low pay, unsafe working conditions, and harsh racism. They were often given the most dangerous jobs, and many died during construction. After the railway was completed, some Chinese families tried to settle in nearby towns, but they were not welcomed easily. Laws were passed to limit their rights, charge special fees, or stop their relatives from joining them. For all of these groups, life after migration was not easy. People struggled with language barriers, isolation, and the feeling of not belonging. They missed their families. They worried about money, shelter, and safety. And yet, many kept going, working hard, building new communities, and holding on to the hope that the future could be better. Now, here's your challenge. You'll write a letter from the point of view of someone who has just migrated to or within Canada during this time. Your letter will be written to someone back home, a family member or friend, and will explain what the experience has been like so far. In your letter, include details like what the journey was like. Was it by ship, train, foot? What happened along the way? What life is like now that they've arrived? What does the place look like? Who's there? Are they treated fairly? what challenges they're facing. Are there jobs? Is there food? Are people kind, or is it lonely? What they packed. Mention a few meaningful items they brought with them, or things they wish they could have brought, and why those items matter. What they hope or fear for the future. What do they dream of? What worries them? Your character could be a Chinese rail worker, a Métis youth leaving Red River, a black teen escaping slavery, an Irish farmer, or a First Nations youth dealing with the loss of land. Choose one voice and make it feel real. Write in full sentences, using emotion and detail to help your reader imagine the scene. This assignment isn't about memorizing names or dates. It's about stepping into someone's shoes and seeing history from their perspective. What did it feel like to leave home? To start over? To wonder if life would ever feel normal again? Good luck, and let your letter carry a voice that history must never forget.